Hi, this particular example is a very interesting use of self freezing in the context of a dance academy. Uh, Supposedly, we're running a dance academy where the revenue charged per student is rupees 25,000. We are looking at about 15 students in each dance batch. The number of batches that would be running in a year are 20, and obviously the per batch total revenue would be the revenue per student into the number of batches, and similarly the total revenue during the year would be the per batch total revenue into the number of batches. Now what we are exploring is to see how sensitive our revenue is to the number of students in each batch and also to the revenue charged per student. So, what is required is to get the revenue if the number of students were 8 and the revenue charge per student was 20,000 in this cell. So, what we are wanting to get is the number of students multiplied by the revenue from each student and into the number of batches that we would be running each year. So, this is what is required here. And similarly, we want this particular formula to reflect the revenue in each of the situation when the number of students are mentioned in this particular row. So the idea is, what do we freeze to get the required formula just in a single writing. So I delete this and we write the formula once again. So the number of batches, since they are not there in this particular table, this is the cell that we expect to be frozen throughout this matrix. So pressing F4, I freeze the row and the column for the number of batches each year. The next is to multiply it with the number of students. Now when we move and copy the formula vertically down, we want this row 7 to be frozen. However, when we move and copy the formula in the rows, we want E to move to F to G because the number of students in each case is changing. So in between E and 7, we are wanting E to change to F to G to so on and so forth, but the 7 to remain frozen. So I would keep pressing F4 till I get 7 to be frozen and E to be free. Then I multiply this with the number of students each year. The revenue from each student. Now once again, the revenue, when we move horizontally, we would expect the revenue to remain same. That is, we are expecting to use the same row 8 when we move like this, but then when we move like this, the 8 should change to 9, so on and so forth. Yeah. And D of course could remain D, but moving horizontally we would want D to be frozen. So I keep pressing F4 till I get the frozen D, and then when I copy and drag my formula, I would see that in any cell I would get the number of batches per year into the number of relevant students and the revenue charged per student. We could now also make the sensitivity scroll bar to change the number of batches per year. For that, please check out the next video.